Yo, what is up guys? Jacobshadowminer here, and welcome back to Chromatica. So last episode we kind of covered the introduction of the whole server. This time we're going to be digging in a little bit deeper from, if I can remember, from some of the things I said I would do last video. Mainly what I'm going to be doing in this video is covering the things in book 1, maybe see if we can get around to touring the kingdoms a little bit, and just overall playing the server a little bit. Okay, so first things first, we need to get food. That's got to be the first thing we do, because last time, gosh, you know what's sad, I've been playing on this server off camera. Yep, I've been bad. I've been terrible. I've been one of them YouTubers. Yeah, so here we go. I've been doing a little bit of building off camera. No, I actually seriously didn't really do much. The only time I ever play off camera is, to do server events, which we're not going to have a lot, but like when they do happen, I'll have to play off camera type stuff. Anyways, one of the first things we need to do is we need to find food. Because last time, I was literally on the verge of hunger. I was rushing the shit out of that episode. And, I had a lot going on. I don't really have much going on this week, but I have everything planned out. It's almost like when you plan something out for an entire week, it's almost like everything just falls into place. Don't have to rush anything unless like something tremendously terrible goes on. But even then, like I've designed my schedule to be in such a way where it's like, oh God, if I have to be rushed to hospital in an ambulance, I'm still gonna be fine. Well, I won't be fine, but everything should still be fine. So. But one of the first things I need to start doing right now is finding food. Now, I know, when you kill something, everything's already cooked. No, actually, no. I don't think, no, I think I'm stupid. I'm being stupid. I think because of the sword I have, that's why everything is literally getting killed and being cooked. I don't think that's an MMORPG thing. I literally think that's just my sword. Every freaking time that I've been on this server, building it, doing something, there's always been animals. And when I decide to record, there's like literally jack shit. Okay, whatever. Alright, hey, maybe let's go around and look around when it's like nighttime and I don't have anything coming after me to kill me. Or, I don't know. Magic horse. Maybe I can see. What the fuck is this doing here? What the fuck is that doing here? The fuck? Who the fuck went around placing goddamn torches in? Oh my god. Oh my. It's ridiculous. Well, I guess that's gonna be like 90% of the episode. Somebody went around my castle placing torches. I don't like that. Hey, I'm just gonna assume. I'll let it go. I'm just gonna assume that there's no more torches in my castle. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Animals. I need food. I'm not about to be like 90% of this whole video me running out of food. Good thing. All right, here we go. See. I was telling you guys, like literally. All right, come on. Oh, ooh, I got a chest. MMORPG. You gotta be shitting me. One of the things I pull out of the chest is an elytra. It's probably because it's probably progression based, And I came up with a rule, I was like, well, a lot of people worked on this server, so I wanted to give each of the kingdom owners a nice little present. You'd be like, all right, pick your own armor. Of course I decided to go netherite. So I guess because it's progression based, everything I get from now on is going to be like high tier crap. But I wanted to have fun. I wanted, it's going to be story based after all, so I wanted to make it something, add an RPG aspect to it. So you got chests that, spawn around. You got those things that we don't know what they are that come from the void land, apparently. Still got to look into what that is. But food. We need food for this episode. I'm not trying to have 90% of this episode be me dying and then me coming back to life. What is this? Oh, it's probably one of those. The cube has been known to replicate things also, we've noticed, and it will actually sporadically place random things around the lands. It's very interesting. So it's very, very odd, very odd. I need to craft myself an axe at some point. Oh, anyways, I'm gonna get these pumpkins because we all know it's gonna be pumpkin spice season. It's gonna be spooky season, and I need to gotta start picking up all the pumpkins before before all the people on the server get them. I think I have enough food to last me this episode. Probably. I will, because we all know me. I think if a lot of you guys couldn't tell by now, food. A lot of you guys couldn't tell by now, I'm the kind of guy, well, I've always been like this when it comes to video games. I even have to, even in the real world too, I have to tell myself, hey, you gotta slow down. I'm one of those people, I think fast, I do things quickly a lot, sometimes I always gotta tell myself, hey, you gotta slow down. Oh, this is you. Like, what in the fucking dragon noise? I've never been around pandas that much, so it always throws me off, when they make noises like that. Now I got a whole bunch of pandas that live around me. So now I think I have enough food to have a fucking playthrough. It's amazing. It's still amazing. Alright, so the first thing we were going to do was kind of go over the first things we see in the book. And my gosh, I need to go back and reread it because it's been a while. Well, it's not been a while, but it's been like a few days. But oh, you piece of shit. You're protected. Damn it. Fucking cow, your fucking magic shield. Well, anyways, I don't know, the past few days, I guess this is just because I've been working too much, but the past few days, I've just had, like, no energy. I've been sleeping in so much, and it's like, I've just been oversleeping, sleeping until like 6 o'clock in the evening, not afternoon, and it's like, but now, lately I've been feeling a lot more rested. I've been drinking my 2 cups of coffee like normal. So it's like, I feel fine now. Anyways, the only real build that was here was a castle. A small village. Peaceful land until one day the chromatic cube emerged. They say when it emerged from Kingdoms Chromatica born and then Kingdom 8 players, only handed mysterious powers, cube, created things. Alright, I think I'm all caught up. Cool. I'm all caught up. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do for every episode is every at least 2 episodes, read a book, follow up on those books, go out and discover, see what we can find. So the Chromatica, today we're just going to be like exploring Chromatica. So we already know, actually we technically went over a lot of that stuff in episode 1, but all the villagers, everything in this land. Alright, so let me give you guys like what I know so far. All the villagers, everything in this land, when it came with the cube, everything around it spawned with it. So the villagers have been here quite a lot longer than we have, because we've only been on the server. Well, not technically on this server, because we've had the server up for a bit, you know, just like a little fun gag server we wanted to do. Then it turned serious when things just randomly started spawning around us. But and we started getting responsibilities. But now have, I mean, we're still learning. We're still kind of like trying to understand, hey, like what's going on here. But we have a better understanding now of everything since we've explored. Since we've explored a little bit, kind of what's going on. So we have, like I said, a very decent understanding. We still have a lot of exploring to do. Like out there, we have no idea what's out there. All we know is we have the kingdoms. We've been to our own kingdoms, since those are our kingdoms now. But we have not explored the land yet. You know, like that random sign that just duplicated from the rules, you know, the rule area over there. You know, like I said, this cube has the power to create. And we notice it's created random chunks in place, like random holes and random chunks in places too. So it has the power to destroy. And there's something to do with these mobs and destroying, and it's just very interesting to me. And one thing I want to ask you guys, to do, because I know, you know, a lot of people have been asking me, hey, can I join the server? And yes, the server is live, so if you guys want to join, the IP is going to be in the description below. And eventually I'm going to get the link tree updated. And gosh, you know, like I said, I've been so tired. Eventually I'm going to get the link tree updated. Horse. Peter, the horse is here. Eventually I'm going to get the link tree updated so you guys can join the Discord and chat it up with us. You know, because a lot of us are going to be documenting this, and a lot of us are going to be like recording this whole thing for a little bit. So, you know, come on in and hang out. But what I want to ask you guys to do, because we have a lot of land to clear, we don't know what's out there. For all we know, there could be portals to other dimensions, you know? For all we know, there could be things out there that we've not discovered that this cube's created or destroyed that we don't know about. And it's just gonna be one big exploring adventure, and it's going to take a lot. You know, us alone it's taken a bit to just go through and explore the whole server. So, you know, if you guys want to hop on, explore the server a little bit, hop on, you know, just have fun, get deep, dig into the story, you know, piece it together yourselves, you know, be theorists, you know, if you want to create your own story, or if you want to, well, of course, you know, it's an SMP, so, you know, it's Minecraft, you're making your own story. Every player's story is individually different. That's why the Minecraft developers, Mojang, called the Minecraft movie a Minecraft movie. The books in my closet, they're called a Minecraft story or whatever. There's a very, very like big reason behind why they do that, because every player's story is individual. Mojang, that's why Mojang's very cautious, you know, about wanting to add story. But, you know, again, if you guys want to hop on, solve this mystery with us, it would be so much appreciated. But, you know, then again, you know, like I already said, you guys don't have to come on and like solve the story all like that. If you just want to come on and build something, look at a cow, find some Minecraft pumpkins, whatever, you could just hop on here and, you know, do whatever. But if you want to join and discover this whole story, I'm telling you guys would have so much of a blast. It's so fun because we've had fun, you know, all these random chests, you know, all these random chests that just pop up. Everything in this world is tied to that cube somehow, in some way. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to dig into this whole story and just unravel it all and just find the big mystery. It's just amazing to me. Because there's so much of that cube that is unlimited, and there's so many things that can go on with that cube. It's just, I just can't wait. So that's the whole catch up, you know, I guess you would say a little recap and kind of like pick you guys up with the whole, you know, whatever's going on. And, you know, throughout, we're going to be learning this thing together. And I can't wait. You know, I cannot wait to just go throughout this thing and explore. So, one thing I wanted to come over here, you know, since we're going it more in depth into the land of Chromatica, that was one of the new Minecraft songs, by the way. It sounded pretty cool for the moment, at least. I want to come over here and look at the shops, because this is one of the things that we built, because we thought, well, you know, we have individual shops per kingdom, so we plan on, like, you know, eventually when we can, you know, giving you guys some, you know, like a place to come and hang out. Eventually we're gonna have like a mob farm, each of us, and, you know, give you guys some helpful insights, because this world, even though it is amazing, you know, the cube's created a bunch of amazing things, but it's also created a lot of dangerous things too. So we want to try to help you guys out the best that we can, so we can dig into this story a little bit. Actually, this episode I might tour one of the kingdoms too. You know, we gotta start digging into, you know, what kingdom is what, whose kingdom is whose. Eventually, you know, everybody's busy. You know, not everybody's gonna be on at one time. But man, we usually, a lot of us are all on a lot. So, you know, get to meet the kingdom owners kind of episode might be coming our way here pretty shortly. You know, the courthouse system over there, the little, we're going to be calling it the town hall, is still under construction. Because I tell you, a lot of this stuff just popped up out of nowhere, and we're still trying to get things under control. But so we've all been through the dialogue for each of these villagers, so we know they've helped us with things. So if you guys ever want to hop on, talk to these villagers, I'm telling you guys, they have a lot to say. They have been here for quite some time, and they have a lot of things to say. Just in general, you know, just like explaining the whole story more. And, you know, it's one of those puzzle pieces that it's very helpful. You know, eventually we're gonna have a bounty system too on the server. That's something we've set up. You know, again, if you guys ever get poisoned, here's the tavern. You know, grab yourself a free milk. If you guys ever need to enchant something, all the kingdoms, we have like enchanting systems. But if you ever need to enchant something, there's something, you know, because like I said, there's dangerous things out there. As creative as this world can be, there's also dangerous things out there, and we're trying to help you guys as much as we can to uncover this big mystery of a server. Alright, so that cube, man, is so majestic. I think I've covered everything. There's one more thing I want to show you guys before I start like exploring out into the kingdoms. It must not have been important. So, oh yeah, that's right. I guess we're gonna go in order. When it comes to like exploring these kingdoms, these guys aren't on, and we've already seen my kingdom, so might do a more in-depth tour eventually. So we're going to start with the Fire Kingdom. I really want to do that though. Yeah, I'll do that. We had to venture very far to find this thing because we know the story, and just to remind you guys here what happened to the Fire King. He was banished. He was banished because he betrayed the entire the OG, like one of the apparently ancient builders from that land over there, betrayed the other 8 builders and was banished to the Nether and cursed forever. And the only thing we know exists is the ruined base that we all know very well. And I have a very bad feeling this is going to be a bad work. I don't think we were able to get up there and cast any spells to work there, so I guess that's gonna be an adventure. We're gonna have to. Well, crap. I guess that kingdom's lost forever. We were there. I swear we were there. Let's see. Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh well. I guess that's that. Sorry, Fire Folk, for those of you who wanted to join the Fire Kingdom. I guess you guys are gonna have to find it. One of us forgot to cast the spell to work for that area, so I guess you're SOL. Sorry. Well, I guess we can venture out to the Fairy Kingdom. Fairy Kingdom has been doing a very, very good job this whole time, because a lot of this magic's been going all over the place. Things have been spawning. Things have been blowing up. Holes have been appearing, literally. So we're gonna stop by one of our favorite kingdoms, the one that's been holding all the magic on the server together, keeping things under control. I swear, if that kingdom fell, the whole server. The whole server, just like the fire. If one of the kingdoms were to fall to some dark power, any of the kingdoms, it would throw off the balance and it would cause chaos. It wouldn't cause chaos to a big degree, but it would be enough chaos to be like, oh crap, the balance has been destroyed. And if a lot of kingdoms were to fall to a greater power, then you might as well say we're shit out of luck at that point. So we're gonna go to the Fairy Kingdom, kind of toured a little bit. One of my friends who got the fairy magic powers has been doing a very great job at getting the kingdom, set up, getting it all built. And we've been trying our best to restore the roads here and all that kind of stuff. So, because some of the roads were kind of broken, some of the things, when they spawned in, we had to build infrastructures and all that. So, but things are kind of falling into place here. We're kind of getting things back into order, and we're kind of getting a good, nice little server going here. Ooh. She added a little welcome thing. Nice. Nice. She has been doing a lot of work to this kingdom. Alright, so this is the Fairy Kingdom. I can tell, very magical. She had a portal. Eventually, we don't have one established yet, and it is going to be very helpful, because like I said, we're going to be doing our best to try to get everything together so you guys can focus on the story trying to get some systems in place so, it's not, because, like I said, there's a lot of dangerous things out there. So, we're trying our best here to, like, eventually get another road, get things in place, to be helpful to, for you guys, for your mission. Or, if you guys want to venture out, build your own thing, you guys don't have to face the wrath of the cube when you don't have to. So, she has been building a lot. She's been building a lot on this. She's got like a cool little pathway, fireflies, magic. There's the tree that holds this whole kingdom together, I've heard. Chickens, a lot of chickens. You got banners. At this cool house. She's been working on houses, so like the people that join these kingdoms can have places to stay or they can build their own. I have like one member. I think Raw has one member too, something like that. But the only two kingdoms that don't have those things are the Mage Kingdom and the Fire Kingdom, because Fire Kingdom's banished folk, and the Mage Kingdom people decide to walk their own path and do their own things. So, those are literally the only two kingdoms in the server that don't have like established like player houses and stuff like that. So, that's why we're kind of getting a system here in place to help you guys a little bit, because like I said, there's a lot of dangerous things out there. I know I'm saying that till I'm blue in my face, but there are a lot of dangerous things out there that you don't want to mess with, because again, we're still trying to figure out this whole cube. And there's a lot of things out there that, you don't want to mess with. So here's Rocky's house, main castle, very magical. It's got a lot of balloons everywhere. Rocky did a lot of work to fill the thing. Because when the thing spawned, a lot of these things when they spawned in from that cube were barren and very empty. So. But still retained that. They still had things in them. That's how we got the lore books. Each of the castles had lore books. So that's how we established the lore library. And over time, we're going to be reading those books and going through each kingdom and all that. But she got out of our heads. She's done a very good job at building this. And it's just amazing. And, we have a lot of amazing builders on here, and we have a very creative server. I'm very happy for that. Very happy for that. So that's been the Fairy Kingdom. You have these little animals here. Each of the animals have something in them that Rocky, my friend, put on here. The Fairy Kingdom owner. So, very, very amazing build. Very amazing build, very amazing castle. The ancient builders did awesome things, and Rocky did a great job at restoring the kingdom to its former glory, which a lot of us have had to do. Love how this music is literally fitting this whole entire video. It literally, editor me is literally not going to have much work to do this episode, which is actually amazing. Alright, so I need to work on this road. Some of these roads didn't get fully restored yet, but that's alright. We have a lot of time here on our hands to go through and discover things and fix server things and all that. So I love how that one part in that song, I'm sorry, off topic, but literally reminded me of that one song from Loki. Some of this new music, some of the new music, don't get me wrong, I love it, but you know me. All us OG Minecraft players, we all love that OG Minecraft music. So, well, I'm gonna go here and sleep. I guess I'm gonna give you, to finish up. I think we've done a little bit of decent exploring this episode. I think I've done a lot more over-explaining. So, I think I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit here. Like I said, we have a lot of things to do, but we have a lot of time to unpack and unwind here. So, but I'm gonna go to bed. I think I'm gonna give you guys a more in-depth tour of my kingdom you know, for a lot of you guys who want to join the Shadow Order, one of the people, I mean, everybody's mainly trying to solve this cube, but we're the guys, the people trying to solve this cube. So, you know, heads up, if you join this, you gotta be like, I can't say like perfectionist, but like, you have to kind of be that guy that like loves puzzles, at least, like loves solving things. It's gonna be that one thing. All right, so I'm gonna finish off with a little tour of my castle. I'm gonna head off. Got one other video to record after this for Wednesday, and then I got a video Wednesday to record Friday. Yeah, like I said, I have everything thought out for the whole entire week. I got time. I'm not rushing myself. Finally adjusted that new schedule. Man, it feels amazing. Alright, so you see my magic horse. You guys have seen the upstairs. Let's tour the towers. So here's the big tower, what they call the Giant's Tower. Or what I call the Giant Tower, the main tower. Because this one, no, actually, no, I lied. This is not the main tower. The main tower is the one that goes all the way up to the top. It's the very tippity top that kind of gives you a bigger overlook of the entire server to a degree, and a bigger overlook of, well, shit. That was the main tower. I was right. Oh, crap. I just haven't made stairs up there yet. I guess that's going to be an episode. Like I said, we're still restoring these castles, so there's still some work to do. So, I'm going to walk across here. So I'm going to pick one of these. I'm going to go with this one. The other one, you know, each of the towers all individually have the same things, and the lanterns, all that fun stuff. You know, nothing really fancy. So I'm going to walk across here. Here's also a tower that goes somewhere. I never realized I'd put. Oh, yeah. No, this is not the front of the castle. All right, well, we went through another tower. My brain right now, I thought, oh, that's one of those. I was like, wait, hold on, I didn't put towers there, because I was trying to walk across the front of the castle. Okay, so we're gonna walk across the bridge here. So these go down to there. I haven't put ladders there yet, because, you know, it's gonna be a lot of work, a lot of things to do. Still trying to rebuild things here. And that just goes across to the big tower that takes you up top. You know, for a lot of you, you know, this is a little tour for a lot of you guys who want to join the Shadow Order. And then we go this way. It takes you to that mountainous river over there, which I'm going to show you guys what's on that other side. That drains off into a nice little pond. That was pretty cool. You got that. And there's also like magic candles down there too that spawned in with the server. So this door does go to something. I have not filled it yet, but it's going to be like this little storage area. You know, did my best to organize it. Most of the stuff is going to be like mine, but it's kind of like the bigger, like most of the things down there is like my stuff, but like this is going to be, and eventually I'm going to like seal off what's mine, but like most of the stuff's going to be like the community area. You know, you got your blocks. Everything is basically organized here. You have like your natural blocks. That's building blocks. This is natural blocks, and ores and everything else are downstairs. And there is a portal in this castle. Like I said, we're trying to establish a pretty decent nether highway. But we're not going to go into that right now because we don't have any gold, and I'm not trying to die to no piglin this episode. So we're not going to do that. But eventually we're going to have a nether highway established, and eventually we do need to try to find that fire kingdom again somehow, some way. So we have this right here. This is like a little bigger pond area, and you know that right there takes you back up to it's like the second entrance to the main, you know, throne room castle area. And then we're going to finish off with the little pond. I want you guys to see the little froggy frogs over there and all that stuff. Let's see, I think... oh no, we're just going back. No. Yeah, I should have taken this one down. So many towers, so many stairs. Oh shit. Fuck. Right, so many towers, so many stairs. We're literally falling down stairs right now. It's great. Alright, so we're gonna finish off with the ponds. We, like I said, we have a lot of things to unpack. It's gonna take a lot of us, but we have a lot of time. We have a lot of time, a lot of episodes, a lot of stuff to do, so it's gonna be fun. And eventually Halloween is gonna start popping up. That's why I started grabbing my pumpkins, because apparently the cube is very seasonal. It likes to decorate, and we've noticed that there's been a couple builds that we found that have been Halloweeny themed, very spooky, very, very creepy. So I think this cube is starting to gear up for spooky season pretty shortly. So we gotta start getting ready for that for our castles, I guess, to match the vibe. But here we go. We got the pond, we got the little axolotls. I think there were frogs in here, but I guess they all hopped south for the winter. I don't know. And then we got the magic candles. Very cozy, very cool. Well, we got the magic warp circle. Like I said, every castle has. Alright, so that is going to wrap it up for this episode. I feel like I did more better job at explaining things to you guys this time, I think. I personally can't wait to see what I can do with this whole thing, this whole little servers. There's just so much to unpack, like I said, and the stuff that we went through these past few episodes actually is only the tip of the iceberg. It's going to take a lot of people, and I can't tell you how many things I want to do with these episodes in general, and so many different ideas, so many different things to do. And I guess I'm starting to kind of notice a little bit of a theme here. A lot of us people who joined this server are very OCD, very some of us, including myself to a degree too, because I kind of get in that area where it's we think inside the box. And I think this cube is teaching us to think outside the box, not limit ourselves. And it's there's so many different things we can do with this server, and all this. I just can't wait. I can't wait to do these things. So many things to do. So, like I said, I keep saying so many things to do, and it's going to be a lot. But we can take our time. We have a lot of videos, a lot of streams, a lot of time to just, because this server's going to be here for quite some time. So we have a lot of time to do some pack and unwind and do our thing. So if you guys want to keep up with the progress of the server, progress of the story, progress of some of my other things I'm working on, that link tree is going to be in the description below, along with the IP and eventually the server or Discord. It's going to be on there. And you want to keep up with everything else on the channel, hit that subscribe button right in the face. Also hit that like button in the face as well. But don't hit your screen, that's just expensive. Anyways, as always, I shall see you guys in the next one. And everyone good. Keep shining, I guess.